Astral worlds are full of desires and emotions. Real education brings you humbleness. You have to have this do or die attitude. Then only you will increase your willpower and you will be successful. When your body is still, when your mind is still, that is when you will feel the bliss. Friends, a very good morning. I hope you enjoyed the intense meditation, morning meditation. So today we will consolidate whatever we have discussed in the last 2 days through question answer session. We'll consolidate and we'll fine-tune our understanding, and then we move forward. So if you have any questions, you can raise your hand. Your question should relate to your finest understanding of truth. It can be, you can ask the chat box as well. Somebody asked, can you talk about Asana Siddhi? So Asana Siddhi simply means you are successful in sitting for meditation for a long time, for 1 hour or 2 hours or whatever the time you want to sit. You're able to sit comfortably and still. When you're able to comfortably sit for as long as you want, so that is Asana Siddhi. In the beginning, there will be a lot of pins and needles in the body, and you feel little discomfort. Later on, you feel a lot of discomfort. But with the practice of continuously sitting, you are comfortable to sit for long hours. So that is called Asana Siddhi, where your body cooperates with you to sit for intense meditation. As simple as that. Your body supports you to sit in intense meditation. So that is Asana Siddhi. So the next question, Sthiram Sukham Asana. Sthiram Sukham means still and comfortable. Sthiram means still. Sukham means comfortable. So the posture which is very still and which is very comfortable, so that is the right posture in meditation. So next question, sir, how music helps with meditation? Music definitely helps in meditation. Music helps you to calm your mind. While you're focused on your breath, you're also focused on the music in the beginning. In the beginning, your mind focuses on the gentle music. So that is why it is very important you select soft, instrumental, gentle music. So in the beginning, your mind is focused on the music and also on the breath. But the magic is, the more you're focused on the breath, the more the music goes into the background. In the beginning, the music is in the foreground. Slowly, the music goes into the background. So music definitely helps, especially the beginners of meditation. Music helps to calm your mind. But it is not a compulsory that you have to meditate with music. It is your individual choice. But in general, music helps. So you go with your own preference. Okay. So next question, explain astral breath. Astral breath is like, when you vacate the physical body, you go to the astral worlds. So like you spend 60 years, 70 years, 80 years, 100 years on the physical plane, in the physical body. And after you live for 80, 90, 100 years, you vacate the physical body and then you go to the astral planes. So when you are in the astral planes, you are in the astral body. So it is as simple as that. When you are in the physical plane, you are in the physical body. So after the physical death, you go to the astral worlds. And when you are in the astral worlds, you are in the astral body. And you live for 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, whatever the time you want to live, you live there in your astral body. It all depends on your desires. It all depends on your emotions. Astral worlds are full of desires and emotions. So according to your desires and emotions, you spend a considerable amount of time in your astral worlds. And then you go through the second death, which is the astral death, and you leave the astral body. And then you go to the mental worlds. So you have to read a lot of Theosophical Society books to understand the astral worlds. There is a very beautiful book, The Astral Plane by Leadbeater. It's a Theosophical Society book. If you want to understand more about the astral planes, you read the book, The Astral Plane, the Devakarnik plane. So these Theosophical Society books are more of spiritual research books. So that will give you a fair amount of idea. Okay. So next question. Good morning, sir. What are the main spiritual blockages? You can call the main spiritual blockages are laziness, ignorance, and arrogance. These three are the main spiritual blocks. Laziness is the number one. And number two, it is ignorance. As a result of laziness and ignorance, arrogance comes naturally. The more you are ignorant, the more you become arrogant. The more you educate yourself, the more you become humble. Real education brings you humbleness. Ignorance brings you arrogance. So these are the main. The next question. I'm not able to meditate more than 5 to 10 minutes. What should I have to do? I set some daily routine to read, but unable to do. So that means you have a very weak willpower. If you are not able to do more than 5 to 10 minutes of meditation and you want to read books, but still you cannot read. So that means you have very weak willpower. So when it comes to meditation, you have to make sure that you are not opening your eyes. If you want to meditate for 30 minutes, make sure you don't open your eyes for 30 minutes. Whether you meditate or not, that doesn't matter. But you should not open your eyes. The more you make sure that you're not opening your eyes, the more naturally the mind will surrender. So that is why group meditation helps a lot. You are sitting in a group, you are not alone. Everybody is closing their eyes and meditating. So you tell yourself, I will not open my eyes. I will sit quietly. If I'm not able to meditate, I will sit quietly, but I will not open my eyes. Until the meditation finishes, I will not open my eyes. You have to have this do or die attitude. Then only you will increase your willpower and you will be successful. If not, then nobody can help. Okay. So the next question is ego, attitude, or related to soul or mind? Your ego is related to your mind, not your soul. Your ego is related to your mind. And will this follow to the next life? Of course, whatever is the state of your mind in this lifetime, do you think just by vacating the body, you will become an angel? Whatever is your qualities, whatever is your thoughts, whatever is your gunas, that will continue to the next lifetime, so that you can continue progressing from where you have stopped. Okay. So today, during meditation, I saw an eye looking at me. Is that my own soul looking at me, or someone else is looking at me? Because during meditation, I had a lot of purging emotional thing. Yes, you are right. When you are meditating very intensely, you will notice a phenomena. Like, you are the observer and you are observing the breath. So when you sit for meditation, you are the observer and you are observing the breath. So the breath is the observed and you are the observer. So this is how you start the meditation. As you do intense meditation, you will notice a phenomena where the observer becoming observed, the observer, which is you, becoming observed by your higher self. So when you close your eyes and when you're doing intense meditation, you are observing the breath, but you notice that there is an intelligence or there is a force or there is an energy or there is a presence which is observing you, observing the breath. So that is your higher self. Okay. You can call it as, that is when you are getting into a deep witness mode. The observer getting observed. Your mind is observing the breath, but your soul is observing your mind, observing the breath. So that is your higher self. Okay. So next question. Okay. So good morning, sir. I want to prepare for government exams, but I'm afraid of corruption culture in that field. And I'm afraid that I may become an authentic person, but I really want that job. So I'm asking, okay, so you're asking, what should I do? Okay. So it's very simple. Because there is a lot of corruption, you have to be in that field. If everything is nice and beautiful, if everything is nice, if everything is so perfect, then as a meditator, there is no much challenges for you. There is no work for you. The department is already perfect. The field is already perfect. There is nothing you can contribute. When there is perfection, there is nothing you can contribute. So as a meditator, it is very important you write all the government exams and do get a government job so that you can be a positive impact in that particular field, in that particular area, you can do great things and you will be an inspiration for other people. Right? So imagine if all the good people choose not to go to government jobs just because there is corruption there, then how can the planet Earth become a little more beautiful? So your contribution, since you have come to the planet Earth, and the planet Earth has given you so much, it has helped you. It is like a school, wonderful school. It has helped you to grow. It has helped you to learn. It has helped you to evolve. So you contribute by being authentic. You make this planet Earth a little more beautiful by being authentic. You don't need to worry about whether I can be authentic or not in your job. When it comes to principles, stand like a rock. After you get a job, nobody is going to put a gun on your head to say that you should take bribes and this and that. No. Of course, there might be certain pressures, but your inner strength, your willpower is so strong because you become a yogi. Willpower is so strong, so you will be able to change the system from within. See, you have to understand one thing. You cannot change the system from outside. You have to change the system from within. By becoming part of the system, you can change the system. Okay. So keep motivated. Because there is corruption, that is your motivation to go to that particular field. Okay. Okay. So next, Master, how to speak from heart space, and how do we know people speak from heart space? How do you speak from heart space? Very simple. What you feel, you speak. As simple as that. Whatever is your true feeling, you speak. So I understand where this question is coming from. Because from your childhood, you've been so programmed by your surroundings, by your parents, by the society, to be diplomatic and to not to speak everything and speak according to what people want to hear. So this is the training, and that's why there is this confusion, how to speak from the heart space. You have to learn from the children. If the children speak from their heart space, they speak as it is. You ask the children, okay, don't speak this, keep it as a secret. They will go and tell the neighbors, my mother has asked me to keep it as a secret, so I'm keeping it as a secret, so I'm not supposed to tell you. So they are so authentic. Okay. So how to be in the heart space, you have to learn from children. But as adults, if at all you open your mouth, you always speak what you feel. You always speak what is in your inner. There might be certain situations where you cannot be authentic. So during those times, you keep your mouth shut. Don't speak. If at all you speak, you have to speak the truth. And if there is a situation where there is a greater damage, there is needless turbulence and disturbance, then keep your mouth shut. Don't speak. I'm not asking you to hide the truth. When it comes to principles, no compromise. That is the golden rule, right? But there are certain situations where you can choose not to speak, right? Because your words are not valued there, and your opinions are not valued there. So where your words and where your opinions and where your truth is not valued there, then you can choose not to speak. But if at all you are speaking, you have to always speak the truth. Okay. So next, can you talk about koshas versus 7 bodies? Both are the same. In English, we call it as bodies, subtle bodies. So in Sanskrit, we call it as koshas. Annamaya kosha, manomaya kosha, pranamaya kosha, vijnanamaya kosha. So it's the same thing. The bodies and the koshas are the same thing. Okay. So I hope you understood it. So it's the same. So 7 bodies, 7 koshas. It's the same thing. So next question. So when I sit for 30 to 40 minutes or more than that, I often realized my acidity gets increased. Though I have acidity issue, does this happen due to meditation? Should I do some other practice before or after meditation to overcome this? Okay. So that's why you have to drink water before meditation and plenty of water after meditation, so that you feel comfortable in your throat, you feel comfortable in your stomach. And during meditation, you said you already have an acidity issue, and during meditation, it is getting aggravated. So that is a healing process, right? It is increasing as a part of healing. So what you can do is you can take more alkaline foods in that any given day. Take more alkaline foods, right? On top of it, drink plenty of water. Make sure your belly is full of water before you sit in meditation. And especially the water you are drinking. Don't drink water from RO or bottled water or packaged water. Because if the pH level is not neutral, right? So then again, it creates more acidity. So water management, like what kind of water you are consuming, that is also important. So make sure you are drinking pH neutral water. Groundwater is pH neutral water. Natural water is pH neutral water. Or you are in cities where you're not having access to pure water, groundwater, natural water. Then what you can do is, after going through the filtration process, once the water goes through the filtration process, you can store the water in the mud pot. Okay. So when you store the water in the mud pot, so water becomes pH neutral naturally. So if you have RO, reverse osmosis technology, if you have RO purification in your home, then after the RO purification, you collect the water and pour it in a mud pot and keep it for 24 hours. So this earthen pot, this mud pot has a lot of pores, and this mud pot helps the water to become pH neutral. So drink that kind of pH neutral water and make sure your belly is full of water when you're sitting for meditation. Then the healing happens faster. So next question, can you please fine tune about happiness, joy, bliss, master? Okay, so happiness is momentary. See, when it comes to the physical senses, there is pleasure. You go through pleasure with the physical senses. And happiness is a state of mind. Joy is extended happiness. So through the body organs, through the physical sense organs, you go through pleasure, right? And happiness is a state of mind. So happiness relates to mind. Pleasure relates to body. The extended happiness, you call it as joy. Joy is happiness extended. You are in that happiness state for a long time. So that is joy. So happiness and joy relates to your mind. Pleasure relates to your body. Bliss relates to your soul. When your body is still, when your mind is still, that is when you will feel the bliss, because it relates to your soul. When your body is still, when your mind is still, your awareness is beyond your body and mind. Your awareness is on the soul. So bliss you experience through your self, through your atma, through your soul. And bliss is always momentary. You cannot be blissful 24/7. If you are blissful 24/7, you cannot operate on the planet Earth. Because to operate on the planet Earth, you need your body mind. You use your body mind to operate on the planet. If you are in the blissful state, that means you are totally, yes, you will experience moments of bliss any given particular day. Experiencing moments of bliss, that is fine. But don't expect that you should be in the blissful state all the time. If you're in the blissful state all the time, that means you are in the samadhi state all the time. And you cannot live your normal life. So experiencing bliss helps you to understand what is truth and what is Maya. When you have certain blissful experience, you know that that is your true self, and all the rest is Maya. Okay, so you are not overly attached to your physical pleasures. You are not overly attached to your happiness, and you are not seeking joy. You are not attached to these pleasures, happiness, and joy. Where you know that your true nature is to be blissful. While you make every effort to be joyful, while you make every effort to be happy before meditation, you understand that to be happy, to be joyful is very natural after meditation. So the more you experience bliss, the more you understand that happiness and joy is not something external that you have to do something to achieve. It is more internal. For example, before meditation, when somebody praises you, you are happy. When somebody praises you, you are simply happy. When somebody criticizes you, you are sad. But after you experience that moments of bliss, and when somebody praises you, you simply smile. When somebody criticizes you, you simply smile. Because you have already experienced the highest state of joy, the bliss. So this external triggers doesn't matter much. Right? So this is the state of equanimity. So this state is called equanimity. where profit or loss, praise or insult, all the dualities doesn't impact your inner. You are the same person. Nothing impacts you. You have got a lot of profit in business. You are the same person. You went through a great loss in the business. Still, you are the same. I mean, your inner is the same. Outwardly, there might be certain discomfort with the loss of business, but your inner is still peaceful. Your inner is the same. You're still having a smile on your face. So the more you experience bliss, the more you you are not controlled by the outer circumstances. And also more you are in the acceptance mode. More naturally, you are joyful in any given situation. The more you know the truth, the more you are closer to the truth, the more you understand that this happiness is an inner phenomenon, not an outer phenomenon. Okay. So next question. Hi sir, good morning. My question is that okay if I freshen up and wash my face to do meditation, because I do 25 to 30 minutes meditation, then I go for my morning walk. It's peak summer and I'm sweating a lot, which I have to again come and shower. Can you give me some suggestion? What suggestion I can give? Go with whatever you feel comfortable. Yes, it is okay to wash your face before meditation. Ideally, you have to take a quick shower. But if you're not able to take a quick shower, at least wash your face and sit. So instead of cleansing the whole body aura, you are cleansing the aura of the face. That's all. It is your choice. So go with your comfort. And having said that, come out of the laziness. Washing the face might take 2 minutes. Taking a quick shower might take 5 minutes. But it makes a lot of difference. So take shower, wear new set of clothes. That makes a lot of difference in meditation. Especially if you're a beginner of meditation, take quick shower and wear new set of clothes and sit in meditation. So that makes a difference. Okay. So I would ask the admin team to note down these questions and we'll continue these questions tomorrow. Okay. And so if you also want any specific topic to be discussed, you can also ask that I want to understand more about this particular topic in detail. So we'll again catch up tomorrow. Thank you very much. Namaste.